It's the start of November. The college basketball season officially begins in a week, and that means that a new year of preparation for the NBA draft is officially upon us. As I have done for years now, I'll be posting one mock draft per month in preparation for the main event, in order to basically stay up to date on how each top prospect in the next generation of NBA talent stacks up against each other. Obviously, over time, things will change as we get to see them play more at a higher level, but for the first mock draft of the year, this is basically just how things stand right now. We'll be going through the top 10 picks in this mock draft, and as we see more of the top prospects begin to emerge, it will eventually extend out to the full lottery. Before we start though, I want to thank the sponsor of today's video, PrizePicks. With the new NBA season now officially underway, PrizePicks is the best and easiest way to play daily fantasy to stay engaged on all of the excitement. All you have to do is pick between 2 and 5 players and the over-unders on their projections, and you can win up to 10 times your original entry. Choose between points, rebounds, assists, 3-pointers made, fantasy points, and more, plus you can even make mixed sports entries, so if you also happen to be a football fan, or baseball, soccer, or anything else, PrizePicks has you covered there too. When you play at PrizePicks, you're not competing against anyone else, it's simply you versus the projections available. For today specifically, and many Tuesdays moving forward, PrizePicks actually runs a Taco Tuesday promotion, where certain prop lines are discounted, such as this Steph Curry line here, discounted to 23.5 points, and the best part is that you can actually vote for which prop gets discounted on Twitter. By going down to the link in the description of this video and using promo code REFERENCE when you sign up, you also get a deposit match bonus of up to $100. Once again, thank you to PrizePicks for sponsoring today's video. Now let's get back to the topic at hand. Starting things off with the first pick in the draft, the Houston Rockets select Victor Wembanyama from France. By all means, Wembanyama is the prize of this year's draft, and in anticipation of the possibility to draft him, the NBA has been on high alert of over-tanking this year, because that's just how good this guy could be. He's the truest definition of a unicorn talent, standing at 7'4", while shooting threes comfortably and reliably, handling the ball like a wing player, creating offense off the dribble, and protecting the rim on defense like a future Defensive Player of the Year winner. Wembanyama had a few showcases last month against G League Ignite's program, and he dominated on both ends of the floor from start to finish in both games, which only shot his stock further upward. Some are calling him the best prospect since LeBron James, and while obviously it's never fair to place that level of expectations on such a young talent, I can't really say that it's unjustified. Next up, with the second pick, the Orlando Magic select Scoot Henderson from G League Ignite. This year's draft will undoubtedly be dominated by storylines covering Wembanyama, but this class is the furthest thing from a one-man show. Scoot Henderson would be in consideration for the #1 pick in so many of the other recent draft classes, and is a legitimate star in the making. When he faced off against Wembanyama's team in those showcase events, he unfortunately suffered a minor injury in the second game, but in the first one, he was tremendous, showing off his competitive drive, speed with the ball, explosiveness, and ability to score from all 3 levels while going toe-to-toe with Wembanyama. He's being compared to guys like Ja Morant and Derrick Rose because of his combination, and he even demonstrated an improved ability to facilitate for his teammates, which is going to be critical to his success as a point guard in the NBA. All in all, whoever lands the #2 pick may be a bit disappointed in missing out on Wembanyama, but Henderson will quell those tears for sure. Up next, with the third pick, the Brooklyn Nets select Cason Thompson, playing in the Overtime Elite League. Cason Thompson is another player with real-deal star potential in this year's draft class, and in many ways, he's nearly a complete player. For one, Cason is far and away the best athlete in this draft class, and scouts that have been covering him over the years have even gone as far as to say that when he gets to the NBA, he could already rank as one of the most athletic players in the association. His combination of bounce and balance allows him to maneuver his way past defenders, and once he gets to the rim, good luck stopping him. He also happens to be a 6'7" primary ball-handling lead guard with great court vision and passing talent, so he's not one of those prospects that comes in with raw tools that need to be developed into skill necessarily. The one thing holding him back from the top tier that Wembanyama and Henderson are in is the fact that his jumper is still a work in progress, because otherwise he is an elite talent. Up next with the 4th pick, the New Orleans Pelicans select Nick Smith Jr. from Arkansas. Right now, Smith is looking like the best prospect that will be playing college basketball this year, and at Arkansas, he will be the one running the show. Smith is a high-level playmaker who is always looking to push the pace and find the open man in transition. He's poised in half-court sets, and to top it off, he's also a threat to pull up and knock down tough contested shots that make the defense pay attention to him more. He's going to light it up in college basketball this season, playing in the SEC, and he's someone that will undoubtedly be a known commodity as the season progresses, which is why most scouts see him as a safe bet to land in the top 5. Next up with the 5th pick, the Sacramento Kings select Dariq Whitehead from Duke. Duke has another very strong recruiting class coming in this season, and Whitehead headlines the group as a slashing wing player who is always looking to explode around the basket and finish strong through contact. On top of his prowess in the paint and around the basket, he's also someone who works well shooting off the catch in spot-up situations, so he has the skill set that NBA teams are looking for from wing players at the next level. He is unfortunately currently recovering from a foot injury, so we do need to see how he looks when he recovers from it, but if he's back to normal, then he'll be a highly sought-after player. Up next with the 6th pick, the Miami Heat select Keontae George from Baylor. George is a player who has been getting some very good buzz from scouts during preseason, as many are noting that his scoring ability is looking dangerous for opposing teams. George is a strong-bodied guard who quite simply goes out there and gets buckets in a variety of ways. He's one of the most naturally gifted scoring talents in this class, as someone who can shoot off the dribble with ease, absorb contact on drives, and hit tough shots in big moments. He's someone who has a natural feel for the game, which gives him an edge. Up next with the 7th pick, the Detroit Pistons select Cam Whitmore from Villanova. Whitmore is headlining the next generation of Villanova talent to begin the era without Jay Wright being in charge, but don't expect the program to drop off much with guys like Whitmore bolstering this team. Whitmore is a powerful wing player who combines his explosive force and his grace with the ball to throw it down above the rim while also posing as a threat to space the floor as a spot-up shooter, and as long as he continues to make teams respect that jumper, then he'll be able to get defenders to bite on pump fakes and attack the basket at will. He is a strong two-way talent that defends hard as well, making him an intriguing top 10 pick. Next up with the 8th pick, the Oklahoma City Thunder select Cason Wallace from Kentucky. Kentucky guards always end up proving to be solid draft selections, and Wallace is the next in line. What I absolutely love about Wallace's game is that he never looks out of control no matter the situation, and he always finds a way to remain balanced no matter what kind of shot he's putting up. He controls the pace of play when he's handling the ball, and when he gets to his spots, he can pull up and comfortably knock down jumpers. He's also viewed as one of the best perimeter defenders in the class, again making him an impressive two-way prospect. Up next with the 9th pick, the Orlando Magic select Ausar Thompson from the Overtime Elite League. Earlier in this video, we discussed Amen Thompson, and Ausar is his twin brother, who also happens to be pretty good at basketball himself. Ausar and his brother, in many ways, are incredibly similar out on the court, but where Amen has the advantage is to be ranked higher is the fact that he's more of a lead guard with better passing instincts. They're both phenomenal athletes, they both have the physical traits that NBA teams love, and they're both forces off the dribble finishing at the basket. Ausar will have to improve his shooting ability to move further up the draft, but otherwise, we have the rare potential of seeing twin brothers drafted early on. And finally, with the 10th pick, the Indiana Pacers select Dillon Mitchell from Texas. Mitchell is a pretty balanced prospect as a player who can be plugged in defensively to any system and impact winning basketball with his versatility and IQ on that end, and offensively, he's another guy with explosive bounce around the basket who finishes strong, he slashes well off the ball, and even sees the floor well as a secondary playmaker. He too will need to continue to work on his jumper to take a leap individually, but he still has a lot of things in his game that winning teams would love to add. And with that being said, that's all I have for you today. Make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and comment down below who you're excited about in this next draft class. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all next time.